Thanks. A first alert update. Green Bay Packers running back Josh Jacobs released from custody today after being arrested on domestic abuse charges. As we've reported, Hobart Lawrence Police Department responded to a disturbance complaint involving Jacobs on Saturday morning, and after an initial investigation, arrested Jacobs on Tuesday. Our Taylor Zebel is live outside the Brown County Jail, breaking down the timeline of what happened today. Taylor.
Hey, Cami. Josh Jacobs was actually supposed to appear in Brown County Court today around 2 o'clock until we got a statement from the Brown County District Attorney's Office around noon saying that he was released from jail. And that happened less than 20 minutes after the statement was sent out. The DA said his office reviewed the evidence in the case and will not yet make a formal decision on charges. He adds there may be additional evidence that would impact whether criminal charges are appropriate for this case. I spoke on the phone with Jacobs' attorney asking if he was available for comment, and he referred me to their new statement that reads, in part, quote, "We are extremely pleased that Josh has been released from custody and that no criminal charges have been filed against him," end quote. About an hour and a half after Jacobs was released, I saw this gray car pull into his garage. However, we could not see who was in that vehicle. Around 10 minutes after that, two males walked out with suitcases, loaded up the white vehicle sitting in his driveway, and drove off. The DA's office is requesting additional investigation and say a final charging decision will be made at a later date. Reporting live in Brown County, Taylor Zebel, Action 2 News.